Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we're gonna check out the new Geprc Cinebot25 V2. A very interesting 2.5 inches drone with a quick swappable O4 Pro canopy. The unboxing feels very premium. You are presented with the drone, which comes tension wrapped. When you open the flaps, it releases. And by opening this compartment, you have access to the accessories. You get quite a lot of paperwork and stickers, a spare set of HQ DT 63mm propellers. In the accessory bag, you get all of the replacement parts for the canopy and a lot of extra screws, grommets, the tools to service the drone, and an extra battery strap. And finally, let's talk about the drone, which has a super interesting design and a very premium feel, because I don't see any 3D printed part. Everything is injection molded and it feels quality. All of the bottom parts and the ducts are made of plastic and they are unibody, just like the 2mm top carbon plate that includes the arms. At the back you have molded rubber antenna holders. They routed the USB-C of the flight controller right here, so it's easy to access, and here you have a little M10 GPS with a nice molded cover. Since the antennas are in the front, the GPS is gonna have great reception. At the side right here you can see a little button. At the top you have a super flash XT30 connector and these two aluminum battery strap holders, which you can rotate 90 degrees if you wanna put the battery horizontally. And finally, let's talk about the most interesting part of the drone. Removing just 4 screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, boom, you can detach the camera assembly and stick it into another drone. They're gonna make, of course, more drones in this lineup, so with just one O4 Pro, you'll be able to fly many drones without buying many cameras, which are quite expensive and now even rarer. This part has a crazy design because the outside is all made of CNC aluminum, feels super premium, it feels also quite chunky, and the inside is all soft mounted and suspended with silicone. So the camera can move freely and is gonna for sure be free of jello and vibrations. So for recording, this thing is gonna be very nice. Of course, this design has a trade-off, and it's weight, because the camera assembly is 65 grams. It's basically the weight of 2 O4 Pro systems. And when you put it on the drone, the weight is 217 grams. This thing is never gonna be sub 250. And it's a shame because it's a 2.5 inches. They could have gone with a light drone and then make bigger, heavier drones, which nobody will complain about. But here I'm gonna complain a little bit about a not sub 250 2.5 inches. Geprc also made this canopy compatible with the O4 Lite wide-angle lens from Flywoo. This is incredible. I love seeing collaboration. It's gonna be lighter and it's gonna be a nice, inexpensive camera for beginners. The motors are the usual 1404 4600 kV and the flight controller is a Taker F7 with 35 amps 32-bit ESCs. The drone comes with very bright light blue LEDs on the bottom. You cannot change the color, but you can toggle them on or off. And finally, it's time to fly. Since the drone is a little bit on the heavier side, they recommend using between a 750 mAh 4S and a 1100. I'm gonna use a 720 first, which is a little bit small for this kind of drone, and then a 850. I don't have a 1100, but I believe that is gonna be the right battery for the extra weight. It seems like I'm not gonna be using a 720 because it's too long and I cannot plug into the XT30, and there is no space at the bottom because it's touching the camera assembly. You can rotate the battery mount 90 degrees and have the battery sitting like this, but the wire is too short and still I cannot connect it to the XT30. If you want to use this kind of batteries, you can take the XT30 and just make the wire longer so you have it free hanging like this and you can connect to whatever battery you want, but I don't want to modify the drone. And even the 850 barely fits. Okay, satellite acquisition, about 30 seconds, cold start, first time flying. Boom. Okay, it has the home point, I believe. Yes. Okay, I am in acro, but let's try angle first. I expected it to make a lot more noise than it's making. Very stable. Okay, If you push, it wobbles a little bit, but we are using the bigger battery, so we are around 300 grams of drone at the moment. Yeah, I thought it was the 720. This is already the biggest. But yeah, for a cinewhoop, I saw a little bit of shake. Of course, this is not what you're meant to do with a cinewhoop, but I test everything to the maximum. It's not the fastest accelerating one, but it's not tuned badly. Like, it comes down fair straight. There is a little bit of wobble, so it's not perfect by any means. I have seen like the Stellar is much better tuned than this one, and it's even lighter. But of course, here you have the fact that you can change the camera is hot swappable. Not hot, because you have to remove the screws, but it's not bad. And I hope they make a nice ecosystem of drones, so you have a choice, because at the moment, of course, is you can only put this camera mount in here, and they need to release a few more drones for this system to make sense. Like some smaller, some bigger cinewhoops, some 5-inch, 3-inch, 3.5. They're all gonna be heavy, because we are talking about us. Okay, it makes noise. We are talking about a 65 grams canopy. And I like that they added the vibration dampening, but it's quite heavy, and a lot of people are looking for sub 250, and you buy a 4S 25 2.5-inch cinewhoop because you want to be sub 250. This is not. So I have seen videos, because I couldn't get my hands on the SpeedyB B25, but this drone is heavily inspired by that, But that drone is 170, 175 grams, and it has the detachable canopy. So for sure, it's possible to make it lighter. I don't know how it flies, I don't know if it has vibration, if it stabilizes correctly, but it's 50 grams lighter than this one. And it's a lot on a 2.5-inch cinewhoop. But of course, this one has a more refined vibration dampening system. Maybe even too much, because it's heavy. Wow, look at that, yeah, it's a little bit wobbly. I have seen, like, it's not one of the worst ones I have seen, but it's not one of the best. It's a middle ground as a flying cinewhoop. It goes pretty stable if you fly low and slow like this. It's quite well behaved. It's more efficient than I thought. Makes slightly less noise than I thought, but it's not an acro machine. It's another 2.5 inches cinewhoop, another heavy 2.5 inches cinewhoop. Like all companies are making too heavy of drones in my taste, and this is heavier, and we are getting heavier and heavier. But at least here you can swap it. That's all there is to it. Oh, we have a GPS. Let's go test it. Maybe another battery. I'll test it. No, okay, let's do it here. Okay, seems fine. Now it's gonna go very high, because I pushed it very high before, but perfect. They tuned the GPS perfectly. Okay, coming down is not the best, but okay, it's time to land. Oh, yeah, a little bit of prop wash. Also, it's very low to the ground, so when you land in the grass, it's not gonna be able to take off again, I believe. Oh, Okay, it's powerful enough to do that, but you're gonna make it very, very dirty. And maybe my grass is not that high. Let's fly another time with the same battery. I'm gonna try pushing it a little bit more. The satellite acquisition here was pretty fast, like 3 seconds and already 14 satellites. Okay. It's not bad at all. Like even if you wanna push it, it goes. But, yeah. If you want to be a little bit tighter, it's no problem at all. You see? If you keep the throttle high, yeah, it's a little bit more stable. It's just when you do this kind of tricks, when you leave the throttle and you go hanging, it is a little bit looser. But for being a cinewhoop, like a few years ago, I would have paid to have this kind of cinewhoop. Of course, in die, it seems to be flying better than before, I don't know why. But before it was a little bit more wobbly. What happened? Oh, okay. It's prop washy, it's prop washy. If you come down like this, it prop washes the hell, like, you see how much he wobbles? Oh, you see how much he wobbles, like this. But if you keep going fast, pushing forward, like a cinewhoop does, it's no problem. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's badly tuned. It's fine. I've seen better drones, but it's fine. It's just the standard got very high after the Stellar, which is perfect, basically. So, but we have been spoiled with very good flying drones, and this is fine at the end of the day for being a cinewhoop. I am still pretty convinced that if it was lighter, it would have been much better. Oh! What's happening? But you can see, you can, I don't know, if you are a beginner, you can toss this drone around and it behaves much better than an Avata, than a DJI Neo, for sure. It's way better than those. Oh. Okay, the battery is starting to sag. I wanted to push a little bit more just to have a better idea of how it behaves in acro, and is satisfactory. Not the best, but it's fine. You can see when I leave the throttle, when the throttle is 0 and I do a maneuver, it wobbles a little bit. It has an occasional wobble, a little bit of prop wash, but otherwise it's pretty tight. Like, the tune is 80% fine. Okay, let's land because... And it's time for my final opinion on this Geprc Cinebot25 V2. I feel like on its own it's a pretty well-made drone. It's super high quality, the unboxing feels premium, the materials, like the product in your hand, feels very solid and one of the best qualities I have seen so far. And it's also been one of the best bind and fly experiences I have seen so far, because I just bound it to my goggles and went flying. I used the DJI receiver and many times they leave the settings for the Express LRS Crossfire and I have to change them, change port, go look at the manual, reflash the whole firmware. Is something I know how to do, but many beginners don't or don't want to bother. They fear touching settings. I have to say this was super straightforward. The OSD is nicely placed. The GPS rescue works perfectly. You don't have to change settings. You just go and fly. So this is little attention to detail that I really like. And flight-wise is pretty decent as well. It's a nice, stable cinewhoop. It can be quite efficient despite the weight, and if you wanna freestyle, it doesn't have any major issue. It only has a little amount of wobble and prop wash when you're coming down dives or when you go zero throttle during tricks, but otherwise is pretty fine. And lastly, let's talk about the reason for this drone existence, the swappable camera mount. This is a pretty good idea. This is not the first time we see that, but is well made, super sturdy, super resistant, and it's well soft mounted. And of course they're gonna make more drones down the line, but I feel like this is the smallest size they're gonna make. They're not gonna bother making a 2-inch because it's not gonna fly well with this system. So already we start at over 250 grams. Some people care, some people don't, but in Europe I feel like most people kind of care. So like, what is the reason of not getting a bigger drone that doesn't have the swapping ability from the get-go if this is not sub 250? I don't know, it's kind of a lost purpose. Even if they make freestyle drones, you're gonna have a 3-inch, maybe a 5-inch down the line. And the reason of swapping between them is kind of lost. Just get the 5-inch and go fly everywhere if it's already over 250 grams. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they will fly differently, but I don't know. The purpose is kind of lost. I would have liked to see some drones sub 250 and some drones over. So you just carry one system and you swap, and all drones have different purposes. And looking at this camera mount, there is no way to put a GoPro at the moment. You can for sure 3D print something. They will probably give you an accessory later, but at the moment they don't provide any accessory, not for naked GoPros, not for full GoPros. And this is the canopy that's gonna be in the front of every drone they make down the line, 5 inches, 3.5, 3 inches, everything. And I feel they need to address this issue because again, what's the purpose of this drone? Usually we record with the O4 Pro on sub 250 drones where you don't put a GoPro. And of course, I have to talk about the competition. Of course, drones that don't have this system are gonna be lighter, and being lighter on a tiny drone like this makes a lot of difference. You have more efficiency, better flights, and it's quite a trade-off you have to make. But at the moment I don't have 2.5 inches that really blew me away. There is the Deep Space Stellar, which is the better flying of them all, but still it's a quite heavy drone, it has bigger motors. But I want to see smaller, lighter 2.5 inches, because I remember a time where Geprc made them and they were amazing, and I really want to see more drones like they used to be. And of course there is another drone that this one is very heavily inspired on, and it's the SpeedyBee V2. And I couldn't get my hands on it. I tried and tried, but it seems like they sell in China only. They are not interested in selling outside. I don't know what's up. For sure this one is much more available. But that drone has the same swapping ability, and it's 170 something grams. So it's also sub 250. It's very, very interesting. I wish I tried it, but it can be a compelling option. I saw some reviews, it seems to fly nice, it seems to not have jello. So I hope one day I will test it. And that's all for today. I'm very curious to see what Geprc adds to this ecosystem, to see if it makes sense or not. At the moment, if you're not interested about sub 250, this can be a nice option. If they make a 5-inch, if they make other drones, it can be nice to swap between them. If you care about 250, probably this is not the drone for you. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this drone, let me know what you think about this system, and what do you think also about the SpeedyBee I mentioned, because I'm very curious about that. If you want to buy something, check out the links in the description down below, because clicking on them you help my channel a lot, and many times you also find discounts. Thank you so much, stay safe, and happy flying. Bye!